Hey Capricorn, I need to share something with you right now because the energy coming through these cards is absolutely fascinating, and honestly, I was not expecting this level of intensity for your start to 2026. I just laid out the cards for you, and wow, there is so much happening here that I need to break down everything piece by piece because this is not your typical New Year reading at all. So I shuffled my deck with your energy in mind, Capricorn, and I asked the universe to show me what is coming for you at the beginning of 2026, and the cards practically jumped out of the deck. Let me tell you what showed up and why this matters so much for your journey ahead. The first card that came through is the Queen of Wands and Capricorn. This is such a powerful opening card for you. You know how people always say you are so practical and grounded, and yes, that is true. But what this Queen of Wands is showing me is that you are stepping into a completely different version of yourself this year. This is not about being cautious anymore. This is about owning your creative fire and your magnetic presence in a way you have been hesitant to do before. The Queen of Wands sits on her throne with complete confidence, and she is not apologizing for taking up space. She knows what she brings to the table, and she is done shrinking herself to make others comfortable. For you, Capricorn, this is signaling a major shift in how you show up in the world. You have spent so much time building things behind the scenes, making sure everything is perfect before you step forward. But 2026 is saying enough of that energy. The universe is pulling you forward whether you feel ready or not. What I find really interesting about this card is that the Queen of Wands is associated with solar energy and leadership that comes from pure authenticity. You are not going to be leading from a place of authority or tradition this year, Capricorn. You are going to be leading from a place of genuine passion, and that is going to feel uncomfortable at first, because it is not what you are used to. You are used to having all your ducks in a row before you make a move, but this queen is asking you to trust your instincts and move forward even when things are not completely figured out. In practical terms, this could show up in your career, where you might be taking on a role that requires you to be more visible, more outspoken, more willing to share your ideas before they are fully formed. This could also show up in your personal life, where you are finally allowing yourself to pursue something that lights you up instead of just doing what makes logical sense. The Queen of Wands does not do things just because they make sense on paper. She does things because they make her soul feel alive, and that is the energy you are being called into. I also want to mention that this card often appears when someone is about to step into a mentor or leadership role, but not in the traditional sense. You might find yourself naturally attracting people who want to learn from you or who are inspired by your journey. This is not about you trying to be an influencer or guru. This is about you living so authentically that others cannot help but be drawn to your energy. That is real magnetic power right there. The second card is Death, and before you panic, let me tell you that this is actually one of the most exciting cards you could get at the start of a new year. I know the name sounds scary, but Death in Tarot is all about transformation and necessary endings that make room for incredible new beginnings. Capricorn, you are in the middle of a massive rebirth, and this card confirms it. What is dying away for you right now are old versions of yourself that no longer serve your highest path. These might be belief systems you have held onto for years. These might be relationships or situations that have felt comfortable but stagnant. These might be career paths or life directions that made sense at one point, but no longer align with who you are becoming. The Death card is here to tell you that it is time to let go, and the beautiful thing is that the universe is supporting this release. I want you to understand something important about transformation, Capricorn. It is not always comfortable, and it does not always feel like progress when you are in the middle of it. You might feel like things are falling apart, or like you are losing your grip on what used to define you. That is actually exactly what needs to happen. You cannot become the next version of yourself while still clinging to the old version. Something has to die for something new to be born. The Death card often appears during times of major life transitions. This could be changing careers, ending a relationship, moving to a new place, or completely shifting your priorities and values. Whatever is ending for you right now is ending for a very good reason. The universe is clearing space in your life for something so much better, and you need to trust that process even when it feels uncertain. What I love about the Death card is that it is ruled by Scorpio energy, which is all about depth transformation and rebirth. This is not a superficial change, Capricorn. This is a soul-level shift. You are not just changing your external circumstances. You are fundamentally changing who you are at your core, and that takes courage. Not everyone is willing to do this work, but you are being called to step up and embrace it. In the imagery of the Death card, we see the sun rising between two towers in the background, which represents hope and new beginnings on the horizon. Even though something is ending, the promise of what is coming is already visible. You might not be able to see all the details yet, but you can sense that something better is on its way. Trust that feeling, Capricorn. Your intuition is guiding you correctly right now. The third card that came through is the Five of Pentacles, and I have to be honest, this one made me pause because it seems to contradict the theme of success and abundance that we are building here. But let me explain what I think this card is really showing us in the context of your reading. The Five of Pentacles traditionally shows two figures walking past a church in the snow, appearing to be in hardship or struggling financially. But here is what I think this card is telling you, Capricorn. You have been through a period where you felt left out in the cold. You have experienced what it feels like to not have the support or resources you needed. You have felt that sense of lack or scarcity, and it has shaped your relationship with abundance and success. This card is not predicting that you are going to experience more hardship in 2026. Instead, it is acknowledging the journey you have been on and how that journey has prepared you for what is coming. You understand what it is like to struggle, and that understanding is going to make your upcoming success so much more meaningful. You will not take your blessings for granted because you know what the alternative feels like. What I also see with the Five of Pentacles here is a message about healing your relationship with money and material security. Capricorn, you are an earth sign, so you naturally value stability and financial security. But sometimes that focus on security can come from a place of fear rather than empowerment. You might have been operating from a scarcity mindset, where you are always worried about not having enough or losing what you have built. The Five of Pentacles is asking you to examine those fears and recognize that they are based on past experiences, not future realities. You are entering a time of genuine abundance, but you need to be willing to receive it. That means letting go of the belief that you always have to struggle or work yourself to the bone to deserve good things. That means being open to opportunities that come easily or through unexpected channels. I also think this card is showing up because you might be feeling a bit isolated or disconnected right now. Maybe you have been so focused on your goals and ambitions that you have inadvertently cut yourself off from community or support systems. The Five of Pentacles reminds us that we do not have to do everything alone. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to lean on others. In fact, your breakthrough in 2026 might come through collaboration and connection rather than solo effort. The fourth card is the Star in Capricorn. This is where everything starts to shift in a really beautiful direction. After the transformation of the Death card and the healing of the Five of Pentacles, the Star comes in like a breath of fresh air, bringing hope, renewal, and divine guidance into your life. The Star is one of my favorite cards in the entire tarot deck because it represents that moment when you finally feel like you can breathe again after going through something difficult. It is the light at the end of the tunnel. It is the feeling of peace that comes after the storm has passed. For you, Capricorn, the Star is confirming that you are on the right path and that everything you have been through has been preparing you for this moment. What I love about the Star is that it is a card of pure, authentic hope. This is not wishful thinking or delusional optimism. This is hope that is grounded in truth and divine timing. You are being guided by something bigger than yourself right now, and even if you cannot see the full picture yet, you can trust that you are being led exactly where you need to go. The Star is also deeply connected to healing and self-care. Capricorn, you have a tendency to push yourself really hard and to prioritize productivity over rest. The Star is asking you to slow down and replenish your energy. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot sustain the level of success that is coming your way if you are running on fumes. This year is about finding balance between ambition and self-care, between doing and being. In practical terms, the star often appears when new opportunities are opening up that feel aligned with your true purpose. You might receive an offer or invitation that feels like it was meant for you. You might stumble upon information or resources that answer questions you have been asking. You might meet someone who becomes an important guide or ally on your journey. Pay attention to synchronicities and signs right now, because the universe is communicating with you. The star card also has a strong connection to creativity and inspiration. You might find yourself feeling more creative or more in touch with your artistic side. Even if you do not consider yourself a creative person, you might be inspired to express yourself in new ways or to pursue projects that feel more personally fulfilling. Follow those impulses, Capricorn. They are leading you somewhere important. The fifth card is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is such a perfect card for you as a Capricorn because it speaks to your natural work ethic and dedication. However, the Eight of Pentacles is showing up here with a specific message about how you are going to be applying your skills and talents in 2026. The Eight of Pentacles shows a craftsman at his workbench diligently perfecting his craft. He is focused on mastery and excellence, and he is willing to put in the hours to become the best at what he does. For you, Capricorn, this card is saying that 2026 is a year where your hard work is finally going to pay off in tangible ways. You have been building your skills and honing your expertise, and now you are entering a phase where people recognize your value. What I find interesting about this card in your reading is that it suggests you might be learning something new or developing a skill that is going to become really important for your success. This could be taking a course, getting a certification, or simply dedicating yourself to becoming an expert in your field. The Eight of Pentacles loves learning and growth, so be open to opportunities to expand your knowledge. This card also suggests that you are moving from a place of working for someone else to working for yourself, or at least having more autonomy in how you apply your skills. The craftsman in the Eight of Pentacles is his own boss in a sense. He sets his own standards, and he decides how his work gets done. You might be stepping into a role where you have more creative freedom, or where you are building something that is truly yours. I also want to mention that the Eight of Pentacles is about sustainable success, not overnight wins. This is not lottery ticket energy. This is build a solid foundation energy. Capricorn, you understand this better than anyone. You know that real lasting success comes from consistent effort over time. The Eight of Pentacles is telling you to keep doing what you are doing because it is working. Do not get distracted by shortcuts or quick fixes. Stay focused on the long game. The energy of the Eight of Pentacles can sometimes feel a bit monotonous because it is about showing up and doing the work day after day. But what I want you to understand is that this consistency is exactly what is going to set you apart from everyone else. While others are jumping from thing to thing, chasing the next shiny object, you are going to be steadily building something of real value. That dedication is going to pay off in ways you cannot even imagine right now. The sixth card is the Nine of Wands and Capricorn. This card is giving me such strong resilience energy. The Nine of Wands shows a figure who has been through battles and challenges, but who is still standing strong. He might be tired and a bit beaten up, but he has not given up. He is ready to defend what he has built and to keep going no matter what. For you, this card is acknowledging that you have been through a lot. You have faced obstacles and setbacks that would have broken other people, but you are still here. You are still fighting for your dreams and your goals. The Nine of Wands is honoring your strength and your perseverance, and it is also telling you that you are so close to a breakthrough that you cannot give up now. I think the Nine of Wands is showing up in your reading, because 2026 might test you in some ways. There might be moments where you feel exhausted, or where you wonder if it is all worth it. The Nine of Wands is here to remind you that yes, it is absolutely worth it. You have come too far to turn back now. The finish line is closer than you think. This card also carries a message about boundaries and protection. The figure in the Nine of Wands is standing guard, protecting what he has created. For you, Capricorn, This might mean that you need to be more careful about who you let into your inner circle, or who you share your plans and dreams with. Not everyone has your best interests at heart, and not everyone can handle your level of ambition. The Nine of Wands asks you to be strategic about how you use your energy. You do not have unlimited resources right now, so you need to be intentional about where you focus your attention. Say no to things that drain you. Say yes to things that align with your highest vision. Protect your peace and your progress. What I also see with the Nine of Wands is that you might be dealing with some fear or anxiety about success. This is common for people who have worked really hard to get where they are. You might be worried about losing what you have built, or about not being able to sustain your success. The Nine of Wands is telling you to trust yourself. You have the skills and the strength to handle whatever comes your way. The seventh card is the Page of Swords, and this is such an interesting energy to bring into your reading, Capricorn. The Page of Swords is all about curiosity, mental agility, and new ideas. This is someone who is always asking questions, always looking for truth, always wanting to understand how things work. For you, the Page of Swords suggests that you are going to be in a very mentally active phase this year. Your mind is going to be sharp and focused, and you are going to be picking up on details and information that others miss. This is excellent for problem solving and strategic thinking, which are already strengths of yours as a Capricorn. The Page of Swords can also indicate that you are going to be learning to communicate in new ways, or that communication is going to play a bigger role in your success this year. You might be writing more, speaking more, sharing your ideas publicly. The Page of Swords is not afraid to speak his truth, even when it is unpopular, and you are being called to embrace that same courage. What I love about the Page of Swords is that this card is always looking for ways to grow and improve. This page is a student of life. He is humble enough to admit when he does not know something, and curious enough to go find the answers. That kind of intellectual humility, combined with genuine curiosity, is going to serve you really well this year, Capricorn. The Page of Swords can sometimes indicate dealing with gossip or people who talk behind your back. If this comes up for you, remember that what other people say about you is none of your business. Stay focused on your own path and do not get distracted by drama or negativity. The Page of Swords knows how to cut through nonsense with clarity and truth. This card might also suggest that you are going to be challenging old ways of thinking or questioning systems and structures that you used to accept without question. The Page of Swords is a rebel in some ways. He does not follow rules just because they exist. He wants to understand why the rules exist and whether they actually make sense. You might find yourself questioning authority or pushing back against limitations that feel arbitrary. The eighth card is the King of Cups, and wow, Capricorn. This is such beautiful emotional mastery energy coming through for you. The King of Cups sits on his throne in the middle of turbulent waters, but he remains calm and centered. He has complete control over his emotions, and he leads from a place of emotional intelligence and wisdom. For you as a Capricorn, this card is really significant because Capricorns are not always known for being in touch with their feelings. You are more comfortable with logic and practicality than with emotions and vulnerability. But the King of Cups is telling you that emotional intelligence is going to be one of your superpowers in 2026. What does this look like in practical terms? It means you are going to be better at understanding your own emotions and the emotions of others. You are going to be able to stay calm under pressure and to make decisions from a balanced place rather than reacting from fear or anxiety. You are going to be able to hold space for others without taking on their problems as your own. The King of Cups is also about compassion and empathy. As you step into more success and leadership this year, you are going to need to remember to lead with kindness. You are going to need to treat people with respect and dignity, even when they frustrate you or disappoint you. The King of Cups never loses his cool, and he never uses his power to hurt or manipulate others. This card might also suggest that you are healing old emotional wounds or processing feelings that you have been avoiding for a long time. The King of Cups has done his inner work. He has faced his shadows and made peace with his past. You are being called to do the same, Capricorn. This is not always easy, but it is necessary if you want to step into your full potential. The King of Cups can also represent a person in your life who embodies these qualities. This might be a mentor or advisor who helps you navigate emotional challenges. This might be a partner or friend who provides emotional support and stability. Pay attention to who shows up for you in this way and be grateful for their presence in your life. The 9th card is the Lovers in Capricorn. This is not just about romantic love, although that could certainly be part of the story. The Lovers card is fundamentally about choices, alignment, and union. This card appears when you are at a crossroads and you need to make a decision that will significantly impact your future. The Lovers is asking you what you truly value. What matters most to you? What are you willing to commit to fully? What relationships or situations need your complete presence and dedication? These are not easy questions, but they are important ones. For some of you, this card might literally be about a romantic relationship that is entering a new phase. This could be meeting someone who feels like a true partner or deepening an existing relationship to a level of real commitment. The Lovers brings the energy of soulmate connections and partnerships that are based on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine compatibility. But I think for most of you, Capricorn, the Lovers is showing up as a message about alignment. You are being asked to align your actions with your values. You are being asked to make choices that honor who you truly are rather than who you think you should be. The Lovers does not do things halfway. When this card appears, it is asking for your whole heart, your complete commitment. This might mean choosing between different career paths or opportunities. This might mean deciding what kind of life you want to build and who you want to build it with. This might mean getting clear on your non-negotiables and being willing to walk away from anything that does not meet your standards. The Lovers also brings an energy of integration and wholeness. You are bringing together different parts of yourself that used to feel separate or conflicting. You are learning to honor both your practical side and your creative side, both your ambitious nature and your need for connection. The Lovers reminds us that we do not have to choose between success and happiness. We can have both when we make aligned choices. The 10th and final card in your reading is the Page of Cups in Capricorn. This is such a sweet and hopeful card to end on. The Page of Cups is all about new emotional beginnings, creative inspiration, and messages from the universe. This page stands at the edge of the water, holding a cup with a fish, peeking out, symbolizing the magic and wonder that is available when we stay open to possibilities. The Page of Cups suggests that you are going to be feeling more optimistic and open-hearted as 2026 unfolds. You are going to be willing to take emotional risks and to explore new ways of connecting with others. This is a far cry from the guarded, protective energy that Capricorns sometimes default to, and that shift is going to open up so many doors for you. This card often appears when creative opportunities are on the horizon. You might receive an invitation or offer that sparks your imagination. You might feel inspired to start a new creative project or to explore an artistic side of yourself that you have been neglecting. The Page of Cups encourages playfulness and experimentation, so give yourself permission to try new things without worrying about being perfect. The Page of Cups can also indicate messages and communication, especially of an emotional or intuitive nature. You might receive news that touches your heart or that confirms something you have been feeling. Trust your intuition right now, Capricorn. Your inner knowing is guiding you towards something beautiful. What I love about ending your reading with the Page of Cups is that this card brings such fresh, innocent energy. This is not jaded or cynical. This is pure hope and wonder. After everything you have been through and all the transformation you are experiencing, the universe is reminding you to stay open to magic. Stay curious. Stay willing to be surprised by life. The Page of Cups also suggests that you are entering a phase where you feel more comfortable expressing your feelings and being vulnerable. Vulnerability is not weakness, Capricorn. It is actually the foundation of real connection and intimacy. When you allow yourself to be seen in your full humanity, including the messy, complicated parts, that is when you attract the people and opportunities that are truly meant for you. So let me pull all of this together for you, Capricorn. because these 10 cards are telling such a cohesive, powerful story about your journey in 2026. You are stepping into your full power as the Queen of Wands, owning your creative fire and magnetic presence. You are going through a death transformation that is clearing away everything that no longer serves you. The Five of Pentacles acknowledges your past struggles while preparing you for the abundance that is coming. The star brings hope, healing, and divine guidance, confirming that you are on the right path. The Eight of Pentacles honors your dedication and tells you that your hard work is about to pay off in real, tangible ways. The Nine of Wands celebrates your resilience and reminds you to protect your energy as you approach your breakthrough. The Page of Swords activates your mental clarity and communication skills, while the King of Cups brings emotional mastery and wisdom. The Lovers asks you to make aligned choices that honor your true values, and the Page of Cups brings fresh creative energy and openness to new emotional beginnings. This is not just another year for you, Capricorn. This is the year where everything you have been building starts to come together in ways that exceed your expectations. You are being pulled onto the success train whether you feel ready or not. The universe has your back, and all you need to do is keep showing up, keep trusting the process, and keep moving forward with courage and conviction. You are going to be living among gold and joy, just like the title of this reading promised. But that gold and joy is going to come from being authentically yourself, from doing work that matters to you, from connecting with people who truly see and value you. This is not about surface-level success. This is about building a life that feels deeply fulfilling on every level. I am genuinely excited for what is coming for you, Capricorn. You have earned this, and you are ready for it, even if you do not fully believe that yet. Trust the cards. Trust the universe. Most importantly, trust yourself. You have got this. Can you feel this energy? Does any of this resonate with where you are right now in your journey? I would love to hear from you in the comments about which card spoke to you the most, or what you are experiencing as we move into this new year. Remember, you are not alone on this path, and your transformation is inspiring others, even when you do not realize it.